All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling a question that's been keeping fight fans up at night.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one.
Who would win in a fight? Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Oh.
the muscles from Brussels,
Versus.
versus Yuri Boyka, the most complete fighter in the world.
I love this matchup.
Yeah, we've got a source here that breaks down this fantasy fight.
Okay.
And it gets really into the nitty-gritty, folks. So, are you ready to get into it?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, so first, just a level set here. We're talking about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Real-life martial arts legend, action movie star.
Yes.
Versus Yuri Boyka,
The most complete fighter in the world.
a fictional character,
Right.
but very, very formidable one.
Beast.
Played by Scott Adkins.
Yes.
So we've got real life versus fictional, but how do we even begin to compare these two?
Well, I think, the source does a really good job of breaking down each of their strengths and weaknesses. Obviously with Van Damme, we're talking about someone with legitimate real-world experience.
Right, he's not just playing a martial artist in the movies.
Exactly, yeah. He's got a background in karate, kickboxing, and a bunch of other styles.
So he's got the real deal techniques.
Yeah, and it's not just about knowing a ton of moves either. It's about adaptability, being able to shift your approach depending on who you're fighting. And that kind of strategic thinking, that can be a real game changer in a fight.
Right, so it's he can analyze his opponent's weaknesses on the fly.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But Boyka, he's known for his explosive speed and raw power.
Oh, yeah.
How do you counter that?
Right, well, that's where Van Damme's precision and discipline really come into play.
Yeah.
His style isn't about just overwhelming your opponent with brute force. It's about controlled technique. And you see that a lot in his signature moves.
Yeah.
Well, think about his spinning hook kick.
Ah, yeah, classic Van Damme.
Right. It's super powerful, but it's also incredibly precise.
You don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
No, you don't. And he doesn't just throw it out there randomly. He sets it up, uses his opponent's momentum against them.
It's calculated.
Exactly, yeah. It's not just flashy, it's strategic.
So you're saying Van Damme could actually use Boyka's aggression against him?
I think so, yeah. If Boyka comes in all hot-headed, trying to overwhelm Van Damme with his speed and power, Van Damme could use that to his advantage.
Okay, so Van Damme's got the real-world experience, the discipline.
Right.
Boyka's got this crazy speed, power. But our source also called Boyka's fighting style theatrical. What does that even mean? Is it all just for show?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, theatrical might make it sound less effective, but I think it's more about how his fighting style is exaggerated for entertainment.
Okay, so amped up for the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Take his use of capoeira, for example. All those spinning kicks and acrobatic movements.
They look awesome on screen.
Oh, absolutely. Super visually impressive.
Right.
But in a real-world fight, all those flashy moves could actually leave him vulnerable to counterattacks, especially against someone with Van Damme's timing and precision.
Okay, so it's Boyka's got the wow factor, but Van Damme's got the grounded technique.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. So who does our source say wins this epic showdown?
Well, ultimately they give the win to Boyka.
Really?
Yeah, but there's a catch. They also acknowledge that Boyka kind of benefits from being a fictional character.
Okay, how so?
Well, he can push the boundaries of human capability in a way that you wouldn't necessarily see in a real fight.
Oh, I see. Yeah, he does some pretty insane stuff in those movies.
Yeah, defying gravity, recovering from injuries super quickly.
Stuff that wouldn't fly in real life.
Exactly. So, while those abilities give him an advantage in the movies, they wouldn't necessarily translate to a real one fight.
So are you saying that Van Damme's real-world skills might actually give him an edge in a real fight?
I think it's definitely possible. Van Damme's composure, his experience, his adaptability, those are all crucial factors in a real fight. And against someone as disciplined and adaptable as Van Damme, Boyka's relentless all-out offense might actually backfire.
Whoa, so we're saying there's no easy answer here.
Right. It's not just about who hits harder or who's faster.
It's about fighting styles, strategies, and even the rules of the world they fight in.
Exactly. It's a complex equation.
Man, this has been a fantastic deep dive. What have we learned today?
I think the big takeaway here is that Van Damme versus Boyka isn't just about who would win in a straight-up fight. It's about understanding their strengths, their weaknesses, how their fighting styles would clash, and even the context of the fight itself.
And that the world of fight, real or fictional, can heavily influence the outcome.
Exactly.
All right, great deep dive, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.